Welcome anyone to the Gaming Chamber podcast. This is your host, 2 Weeks to Kill You. This is episode 25 for a week of not as much exciting news as the week prior. But hey,
Great
it
sell.
is a great sell, isn't it? As you can tell by the voice, joining me this week, Devin.
I'm here to grip it and rip it.
Oh my God, Jesus. And joining us this week, back from his little hiatus, JJ.
Howdy there.
You guys sound so
Yep.
enthused. So enthused.
I mean, we're following your energy of like,
Well, I mean, cause
Yeah.
look at what happened last week. You know, we had the whole Game Informer done, Bungie just imploding, like a lot of stuff. Not as much, The news this week is a little more tame. It's a lot of businessy stuff too. I think that's what probably is maybe making me not as excited about it. I don't know. There's a lot of sales stuff, so I don't know. Hey, what do you want me to say about it? I like drama and things like that. Oh, this company's sales are down from it just makes sense. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Come on, come on.
You are just saying. That is correct.
Yeah, yeah, yes. I'm like I don't know. I don't have a good reply to that one. Okay, so um, I don't even know how to after what you just said. Like I don't know how to move forward with that except that let's just
Well,
what have you
speaking
guys
of
been playing?
sales, Square Enix's sales are shit, dude.
We're gonna talk about that. We'll talk about that. But before we get into all that,
Oh, really? Okay. Right.
yeah, uh,
Okay, Devin, I think Devin, you know.
we're gonna start with you, JJ. What has your past 2 weeks have been? Because you weren't here last week, so
Yeah, last week was my girlfriend and I's 6th-year anniversary, so that's why I couldn't be on
damn,
last
put a
week.
ring on it.
I'm Hispanic. I don't. We got a kid, dude. I'm already locked in. I ain't going nowhere. Don't tell her that though. um,
Like, already
no,
texted her.
she's gonna end up
I got.
listening. This is gonna be the first episode. Like I don't know if she's listened to it before. She's gonna be like, you know what? I want to listen, and she's gonna hear like, oh, this
Yeah, the
motherfucker.
one episode. Yeah, that's in the Devin texted her. I was like, okay, I gotta go, guys. Bye. But I think I just been playing a lot of just RuneScape a little bit. I think classic WoW. We're doing hardcore a little bit, but I kind of took a break on that just because friends' character did. So kind of seemed like the dream is dead on that one. But I think nothing really else though. I think it's just been RuneScape. I think maybe Call of Duty here and there. Just kind of waiting for the Black Ops 6 beta, like what 2 weeks or something.
Is it really in 2 weeks? Shit.
Yeah, but if we have obviously because we have Game Pass, so like Game Pass people will get the game, or people that bought the game
Yeah, I
get
guess I
it.
don't have to really pay attention too much because I have Game Pass, so it's not like when it's like, oh hey, it's happening. All I have to do is just download it.
Yeah, just go download it. Yeah, because I think the following week is going to be the open beta for everybody else. They're not going to be gone that weekend as well.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah, going to Disneyland for the girlfriend's
Wow.
birthday.
So looks like you haven't been able to do
Yeah,
too
just
much,
pretty
just the
chill.
normal.
Yeah, it's normal, just same old for right now until the games start pouring in, dude.
Yeah, I guess we are kind of in a lull right now. That's why I've been I've just been playing more Dead
I guess
Rising and stuff.
I guess well, I guess I take that back. I think I was playing Kingdom Hearts game. It was giving me shit a little bit, but because it was on sale for like $20 for like the 6 games or whatever, the 1.5, 2.5, the DS, Dream Drop Distance, Recoded, Chain of Memories, all those games
That was
for
on
$20
sale
on that big. Yeah, that one's on sale, and the other one's also on sale. The 2.1
on
as
the
well.
on the Xbox or PlayStation.
Xbox.
Wait, they have all those games on the Xbox? I thought they only had the mainline games.
Nope, they had all those games come out. So I saw it. I'm like, shit, $20. I never fucking beat any of them. I think the only closest one I was able to beat was Chain of Memories. I think
that's
was
a
like the
lot
closest
of
I got to.
it's a lot of game. Like,
Mm.
But there's like 190 fucking achievements.
oh my god.
And you won't understand anything that's going on in the story.
So, amen to that.
Years ago, when like I think the game might have been a year old, Kingdom Hearts 2, my cousin was playing it, and I obviously, I'm coming in from, the first game's already, story's been told or whatever it is. I didn't see any of it. So he's playing the second one, and I'm just like, I have no fucking clue what, and he's trying to explain because like there's a different character. Like he had already played Kingdom Hearts 2, but he was like replaying it. There's like a different character you start out as, but apparently it was like the same characters. I don't know. See, I'm already getting confused. Like
Yeah, yeah. Roxas is like the Heartless of Sora because they split up. But it's like, but there's another character that was, from Aqua and one of her other friends from like in the PSP, Birth by Sleep and stuff.
you
It's
see what I
weird.
mean?
It's fucking weird as shit, dude.
Yeah, I'm never gonna play those fucking games because no, there's
I
too many.
played
It's one of
like
those games where
3 for a little bit, and like I was like, this makes no sense.
like I literally put like an hour to 3. Like I was like excited. I think I played and now played no Resident Evil 2. It was Resident Evil 2. Then the next week was like fucking Kingdom Hearts, and then I was just done. Then back to League of Legends or something.
Mm.
Or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I played it when it came out like on Game Pass for like when 3 was on Game Pass for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, maybe this will be good, and then like no.
You're like, oh no, it's not.
So,
I have no idea what the fuck is going on. Who's this
No.
guy? Like, oh,
which I get, like, I might not know like everything, but like, because like I'm just getting into the series, like I don't know, just like if you weren't like, I don't know, up to date with like, I don't like that. Like, I don't know if a new game comes out, like normal people should be able to kind of get into it and kind of know what's going on, and like they don't need to know like all the lore and the backstory to it. Like, I don't know, that's just
I
my.
think you know what? I've never been someone who's been behind that kind of thought process where it's like, oh, like if you're coming into the third, like let's just say the third, whatever it is, the third movie in the series, a third, you know, video game in a franchise, like that, it needs to have like some kind of easier transition for someone like who hasn't been paying attention. I don't like that. I'm like, no. If someone has never played any of these games or seen any of these movies, and now they're gonna watch or play, we'll just stick with the video game thing. And like, oh, they're gonna play the third game in the franchise because they've heard good things about the first two. But
Well, and the first 2 came out on like a system that's like not like it's not like you can buy them on the current system either. It's like you guys waited so long that it's like, okay, this is what's on, and I don't really have like a way to play the other one. So like, make this one like, I don't know, do a fucking video recap at the beginning
you see, like,
to where I know what's going on in the story.
but I think the thing is,
technically, those games did come out.
I was gonna say,
PlayStation
yeah,
4.
I was gonna say your argument falls flat because Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 did get re-released on, and at the time, current consoles. Did they both
Yeah,
come
not
out?
on Xbox because they only came on PlayStation first.
I thought they
Yeah.
came out before Kingdom Hearts 3 on the
Kingdom Hearts 3,
Xbox as
no,
well.
3 came out, and then they then that's when all like the other shits then got like re-released on Xbox.
I don't know. I just think if you're coming into the third game, fourth game, whatever it is, and it's like, oh, that the thing that's turning you off is like, I don't know what's going on, then I think you just never really wanted to get into the franchise, and you're just like trying to be like, because now the third game is coming out, and you're just trying to like ride that wave. It's like if you really want to get into it, just play the first one. It's like someone who wants to come in and it's like, oh, I want to play Halo 3 because everyone's like, oh man, Halo 3. Everyone was talking good about Halo 1 and 2, speaking speaking well or whatever about Halo 1 and 2 and this and that. Third one's coming out. I want to play it. And they're like, wait, why is this happening and this and what's going on and who's this? Like, dude, just play the first 2 games. Like, I don't know.
But the thing is, the Kingdom Hearts, yeah, like there's like so many games to like even remotely like understand what the fuck is going on. There's like you have to like there's like one there was one from like a fucking opera music one that you had to watch that had like a special thing for Kingdom Hearts. There's a phone game also that was like the prequel of the whole series, like the Keyblade Wars or something like that you had to do. And imagine those came out like before, like I mean after like 1 or some shit like that. Like how the fuck?
I mean, I thought the
But Halo,
games.
it's kind of easy though.
I
Like
thought the games already did that. Didn't they always have like some like kind of not movie but like a thing before set to a Nami Amuro song or some shit?
Mhm.
I know the second one had something that was supposed to be like sort of a catch up or showing some shit, and it had that one. I don't remember the names. Although I do kind of like that Nami Amuro song. But I don't know. I mean, I think too maybe Kingdom Hearts is a bad example, or not a bad example, but like for someone who's like, oh, I want to finally get into the Kingdom Hearts games after so many years and so many games.
I think it's just because, like, I don't know. It came out, I think, at a time where I was like, I don't really have anything else to play, and
Yeah, but like, you play it on Game Pass. It was free on Game Pass. So like, why would you
yeah,
not want to try it? You know?
because it didn't look like something. Because, like, I don't know. It was like I didn't know if I would like it, so I didn't want to spend money on it. You know.
Yeah.
And it came out on Game Pass, and I was like, yeah, it's fucking free. And then I'm just like, just not
First
for
time on
me.
an Xbox console and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know the story. Gameplay's not that great. I'm just gonna dip out. I just remember and then I just remember working at like GameStop, and like people would come in, they're like, Kingdom Hearts is coming out this year, and I'm like, I don't fucking think so.
How long was that game? Like, oh, it's coming out. It's coming out. It's coming out. Like,
Fucking wild,
Oh,
man.
but the last one, Kingdom Hearts. Well, I mean, they all the other ones. I mean, the main line one. Yeah, it's been a while.
yeah, that's what I'm
Like they
talking about.
released like a ton of
No,
handhelds and
not yeah. When it comes to like the numbered sequel, like from 2 to 3, it was a long fucking time.
I want to say 14 years. I think was the.
Something like that,
I thought
right?
it
Yeah.
came out in 2004. I thought it came out in 2004.
I mean,
I think I was in middle school when that
the
shit came
wait
out.
that for fans of certain series, I do feel bad for them when it's something like that where it's like, oh, I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan, and then you're like, yeah, but I just want Kingdom Hearts 3. Or like someone who's like a Duke Nukem fan, and they're like, fuck, I can't wait for the next one. And then Duke Nukem Forever took forever to come out. And like we're gonna talk about another franchise that's like in that same boat. Yeah, like I don't know, because obviously, like me and Devin, like we've never had to worry about that kind of stuff when it came to like our favorite franchise or whatever. Gears of War has just been releasing games pretty frequently. Well, I mean, I guess they were. Now it's been what 5 years almost or whatever it is since the last Gears game came out, and I don't even know when
Yeah.
the next
That's
one's
like
gonna come out.
that's like a baby drought compared to other people.
Yeah,
That was the last
yeah.
Silent Hill game.
Oh man,
But like, technically, we still even haven't. I think.
no,
Well, whenever
no,
the
because
new one is, it's been.
Silent Hills got canceled.
I know. I'm just like right now. It's been probably like 12 years since the last new like story
Mainline,
thing,
yeah,
not a remake.
not a remake, not a yeah. Silent Hills was supposed to be the new game, and then it just nope. Yeah, that's yeah.
It seems weird when like you have like these established IPs that people love, and you just like can't figure the shit out. And it's
you
just
know,
like, come on.
well, no. See, here's another thing. I understand that, but here's another thing I hate and that I can't get behind the thought process of. The reason that happens is that like they don't they're afraid of running into that, like, oh, it's just the same game over and over kind of thing. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, they're making a new, like, oh shit, they're making a new Gears of War game. Gears of War 3 is coming out. Oh, but if they don't do, if it just plays like a more refined Gears of War 1, you know, are you going to be able to expand your audience, your consumer base? But if you deviate too far from what made Gears popular in the first place, does that mean like the crowd that already is there isn't going to want to stay and stuff like that? I think when, especially like, we'll go with Metal Gear as like an example for that, because obviously with Konami, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. If you, I mean, for all intents and purposes, they all do play the same, the Metal Gear games, but they all are still pretty drastically different after like 2. 3 had more survival elements. 4 was maybe 4 maybe went back to like just being a whatever. But then like 5 had all the like base building elements stuff and everything. And obviously with fucking it's Kojima, right? Yeah, Kojima not being there anymore. They haven't done anything with it. They probably don't know what to do with it. It's like, dude,
Well, clearly with fucking Survivor, whatever the fuck.
yeah, they had Survive. But that I think they just that was
They
that seemed
wanted money.
Yeah, I think that was probably supposed to be something else. And they're like, hey, slap the Metal Gear like title on it. But like, hey, but this isn't a Metal Gear game. Just make up some story excuse. Like, I think the story is that like one of his soldiers or some shit, the big boss's soldiers gets like transported to another dimension or some shit. Like that, nothing like that is in, as crazy as those games get. There's no like dimension hopping, at least as far as I know. So
Yeah, even Kojima said that doesn't make any sense.
So like, yeah, just I think that's all. When
Well, we already knew they were dumb as shit once they canceled Silent Hills.
Well,
And then just like, let's do pachinko machine.
I think the thing is too, because like when you look at game series that maybe try to deviate and then maybe took a long time or whatever, like Doom, for example. We had Doom 1, Doom 2, then Doom 3 was just like a horror game straight up. Not a survival horror, but it was horror. And if you talk to a lot of people, that's like clearly the least favorite, we'll say, of anyone for a Doom game. And then they just went straight, like in Doom, was it 2016 when that one came out? That reboot?
Like I told you, they tried to make like or there was like a leak of like a Doom 4 that was supposed to come out. But then they made fun of it, and
it was supposed to be more like Call of Duty, right?
Duty. Yeah, Doom of Duty, because it looked like Call of Duty, but just with like demons. And then they canceled that, and then that's how we got Doom 2016.
Yeah, and that game.
I feel like Doom 3 was trying to get to the kind of the whole hype with Resident Evil 4 and stuff, because like look how again that was. I think then that came out around the same time.
Yeah, no. I get what, like at that point, yeah, you had like Resident Evil, you had Silent Hill, like there were games that were popular enough, especially Resident Evil 4 around that time and everything. Maybe a little bit after, but like Resident Evil was still like on the rise, we'll say, or whatever. I get what they were doing with Doom 3. It clearly didn't work out because Doom 3 came out 2002 or some shit like that. I don't know. So yeah, it was over 10 years until the next mainline Doom game and everything, and they just went back to what worked. Like, oh, it's just an arena shooter. That's all it is. No need to make it any different. It's just an arena shooter or whatever, or not a Twitch shooter like that. I don't know what that style is called for the.
I think it is an arena shooter.
Yeah, you don't reload. You just move around. There's no aim down sights. It plays like Doom 1 and 2, but with current graphics, or at the time current graphics or whatever. Um, which like how I was saying earlier that I don't like that thought process, or I can't get behind that thought process of like, oh, you want to try and draw in a new crowd or new consumers by maybe changing it up a little bit. Like, see, you don't need to change it up. Just make the game play the way it is. Just always refine it. That's all you need to do. Because they with Doom Eternal, it's basically the same. They just added what, wasn't there, the grappling hook or whatever it was?
Yeah.
I mean, they Halo's another good like example of that. Like, they try to change things up, and people are, as much as people don't like the campaigns for the 3 for 3 Halos, like the things that's really really get people pissed off is like with Halo 4 they added sprint as like full on, like it's not a armor ability or whatever, and then they try to change it more like the gameplay style of Call of Duty, and then they went back to a more familiar thing with Halo 5, but they had like the like the movement stuff. I don't like Advanced Warfare had like a rocket jump kind of thing or whatever, and people still didn't like that. And then look at Halo Infinite. It's just basically Halo, but with sprint. And people do like it, but I mean, you're still gonna get all the people bitching and moaning about sprinting. Um, but of all the 3 for 3 Halos, that seems to be like gameplay wise, that seems to be the one that people like the most. And like I said, that's basically just Halo. I mean, they have the grapple hook in that, I guess, too. But yeah, I don't know. We are like getting way off any kind of topic right now. We still haven't even asked Devin, what have you been playing this past week?
Just Flintlock. That's it.
Flintlock.
Liking
It's
it?
good. Yeah, I mean, if you like Souls games, and if you're even bad at Souls games, but just feel like they have a story mode, like a story style that you can play. You don't get achievements, but you can
Enjoy the story.
hit. Yeah, you
Just
just
I
don't
gotta
get
go out.
fucked up.
I don't like that.
So, but
You
yeah,
can't get achievements if
I'm
you
assuming
play
it's
story mode.
single. I'm assuming it's single player, right?
yeah, it's just single player, but yeah, it's just Souls game.
I'm like, shit, Game Pass. I might get onto.
Yeah.
Honestly,
No, it's not bad so far. There's like side quests, like it's like got an open world map. It's got side quests. It's got the soul stuff. You get your souls. You level up your shit. You can upgrade your armor and your weapons and your character. And you have like this little like weird dog dragon type thing that follows you around. And not bad.
Oh.
Wouldn't have paid for it, but it was free, so good as shit.
that's funny. For
Like,
me,
I mean, I guess I probably would have bought it if it was like $10, but not full price.
for me this week, I haven't played anything. Like I mean, I've some Dead Rising here and there, but I just, for some reason, I've just been. I haven't played anything because I've been watching or rewatching a show. I know you guys definitely never watched this or would not even want to watch the show, but I've been rewatching House of Cards on Netflix. I don't know why. I just was like, let me rewatch House of Cards. Well, most likely rewatch it up to season 5. I don't think I'm gonna watch season 6. Um, for anyone who's not in the know, season 6 doesn't have Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey was the main character in House of Cards. They got rid of him by that time after all his shit came out for season 6. So yeah, I'm not watching that because that got terrible reviews, and the 1 or 2 episodes I did watch, I was like, oh yeah, this is no good anymore. Kevin Spacey fucking carried that show. I'm like, yeah, maybe he did some bad things, but can we? This is supposed to be the last season. Let's just get his. Let's
Just
finish
like
his
how we carry.
stuff.
Just how like JJ and I carry this podcast. God.
Oh yeah. That's yeah. You guys definitely carry this podcast. Oh
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah, you fucking
My back hurts all the time.
Oh my god. That's why.
I gotta get Devin icy hot for fucking last week, bro.
Yeah, like, dude, I've actually legit had to go to physical therapy just to fucking to figure out my back situation.
All right, and with that, we're gonna just get into the. Oh my god, dude! We're just gonna get into the topics for the week because Oh my god, these are my hosts, everyone. This is the
Host.
host. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about this first one because we were talking about Call of Duty the beta earlier. I actually forgot.
Beta, dude.
Oh fuck you! I actually forgot about it. But yeah, it was up. It was because it was uploaded on the PlayStation Store, right? That's what happened. The Black Ops 6, like the story, the campaigns got leaked. At least the cutscenes from it. There was no audio or something, right? It's because somebody fucking got it through data mining the PlayStation Store upload. So that's fun. I mean, I don't know. I'll be honest, I was trying to look for these cutscenes on like Twitter and everything. I can't find anything. Anytime there's like a big leak of something, I can never find it. I don't know why I can't find this shit anymore. I remember when there were leaks like for Gears of War 3, I knew the story beforehand because I saw the leaks or whatever it was. Like nowadays I can't. So I don't know. Have you guys seen anything or
No.
anything like that?
I mean, I saw that there's rumors, but I mean, I know why you can't find anything because you're old now, dude. You were younger back then. Old people don't know how to look up stuff online. Now you're just of a certain age. You just can't do it anymore, man.
I'm probably way better at fucking using social media than both you motherfuckers. So kiss my big brown ass.
All right, and there's a few times you forgot, like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Anyways, so JJ, did you see any of the leaks?
I just saw like the multiplayer stuff, like more Omni movement, the maps and stuff that are being released on the game. That's it. I'm just kind of hyped for it. Hopefully just change the new gameplay.
Honestly,
and everything.
I'm excited about Black Ops 6 as well. It's one of my top 3 games that I want to play this year.
Yeah, dude, and then zombies looks pretty promising, bro. Like I think you can like now save and quit in zombies or some shit like that too. Like if you're playing solo or something like that. People drop in and drop out, I think, as well. And it's just so cool as shit. Like a lot of cool quality of life stuff that people would have been asking for.
Interesting.
And I guess they're having a arachnophobia fucking setting again for this game because like a weird spider monster and zombie. So you can like, they probably like change it to something else because WoW's doing the same thing. Kind of weird. Now we're having arachnophobia fucking settings to disable spiders.
Yeah, I don't need to deal with the
That's a weird
arachnophobia
setting.
stuff. I literally see spiders on cameras when I'm at work because those motherfuckers do not clean those cameras and there's spider webs all over them. It's a weird thing when you're like looking at something at a fucking a parking lot through a camera, like on the screen, and then you just see a fucking spider crawl across or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's what happened to my car.
I quit.
Yeah. I was like looking around and I just like did my car has a reverse camera, so when I turn, the fucking spiders right there. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
See, and that's the thing.
Like, oh shit.
When I'm looking at the monitors at my job, like I have smaller ones, usually it happens when I'm looking at the big monitor, which is about a 55-inch TV that's connected to the everything, so I could like look when I was like, there's a specific thing. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to look at the parking lot because of whatever. Then, yep, you just see this big motherfucker. I'm like, yeah, no, I did not want to see that. I did not want to see that.
Yeah.
Mm.
But it's
What?
just weird though. It's like 2 games now.
Yeah, I
The
mean, I don't know. You said
Rhinophobia
it
stuff.
in
It's
World of
weird.
Warcraft, right? That doesn't seem that weird. If Call of Duty's doing it, they're both under Activision. Maybe there's like, people talking. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
they
you're
turn
doing
into
that too?
crabs or something weird.
Yeah, maybe they're just like, oh,
Yeah, you can do it in
you're
WoW, and
doing
then the
something with that?
expansion.
Cool, I want to do
Okay,
something.
maybe
Yeah.
it's an Activision thing.
That's literally what I just said.
All right, just cut out.
Okay, all right, we're just gonna move to the next thing because I don't know, Devin, you don't really have much, right?
No, I mean, it sucks that there's leaks. People work shit hard on that shit. So I don't know. I don't really go look for leak stuff because I like to experience it. I think you're like that's a fucking psycho behavior that you have over it, where you just
You know
like
what?
want to look up leaks and stuff.
It's not that you know what it is. I was thinking about this the other day because like I haven't seen the new Deadpool Wolverine movie, Deadpool 3 or whatever, but I know what happens. And it's not that I'm
Yeah,
like
that's fucking psycho behavior.
no. The thing is, it's not that I'm like going out and looking for it just because I just need to know. I within like the first couple days after that movie came out, there was so much shit. I'm on Twitter so much, like I'm on social media way too much. And within the first couple days, there was just so many people just like, oh, wasn't it crazy when this came out and when this shit and this character showed up and this happened, and like for me, I think it's just like, you know what? People are going to say shit anyway. I might as well just go and find out for myself. Like,
I started watching shit early as fuck. Say
I
watch
mean,
it Thursday
yeah.
night.
It's just I haven't had a lot of time to go and just watch the
Got a lot of
movie.
time to watch fucking House of Cards though.
I mean, I was
just about to
watching.
say.
Yeah, I was watching a few episodes here and there, but
What a pedophile.
well, actually, I was really watching that at work, but it's because I'm able to at work. I go out and do stuff. I have a little bit of a life, okay, guys. But yeah, like I mean,
Instead of going out and do stuff, you should be going out and watching Deadpool and Wolverine.
but like the only reason I know that there's like a dance number to was it Backstreet Boys, NSYNC? I don't know what group it is. Like in the Deadpool movies, because
NSYNC?
Is it NSYNC?
Yeah. Bye.
I don't. Oh, sorry, I'm not caught up on who sings what when it comes to fucking '90s boy bands. Like, but yeah.
Yes, to go.
Oh my god. Yeah, I would not have known about that if I didn't see the movie already. Like, but people keep talking about that. Like, especially because like people are
It's
trying
goated, dude.
but everyone's trying to like
It is good.
the thing that I find hilarious about it is people are like, oh, people think this is funny, but She-Hulk twerks and that's bad. I'm like, no, one is apparently a really fun movie to watch. The other one was a crap show that like you're trying to do something funny and you're a bad show and this isn't funny. I think people would be like, this isn't funny in the Deadpool movie, but the Deadpool movie, I guess, is apparently that fun and funny regardless that it's fine for them to do something that could be stupid. Whereas the She-Hulk show was not good.
Maybe him doing the dance sync with whatever was also happening in the movie was funny as shit. So like the twerking was just an after credit thing of Meg the Stallion that he just got.
I think
and
that's
just
what it is.
twerked.
Yeah, I've seen
Kinda
people
make
are like when he's doing it in the movie, like it makes sense and it's like a part of the movie and this and that. Where like, yeah, you take out the twerking scene in She-Hulk, like it has nothing to do with it. It's just a cameo for I don't know which Cardi B,
Megan Thee
Megan Thee
Stallion.
Yeah, whatever. They're all the same.
That's fucking now we're canceled. Great.
You're like, oh fuck. Now they're gonna say he's racist. We're canceled. Dude, I don't know, man. All these fucking
Our time is
women,
shining,
these
Devin.
women rappers, they
Next
all do the
podcast.
same. Is she the one who does WAP?
No, it's Cardi B.
See, there we go. See, how am I supposed to know that?
Come on, girl, skirt.
There's another one, right? There's Megan
Actually,
Thee
no, wait,
Stallion,
yeah, she
Cardi
does
B, and
do.
someone
Yeah,
else.
yeah, I take that back. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion does do WAP.
Who's the other one? There's a third
I'm like,
one, right? That was before them.
I think Iggy Azalea.
No, Iggy
Nicki
Azalea is
Minaj.
white.
Oh, Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj. Oh, the one I should remember that because then she have a fucking what do you call it? The skin and call
Her husband's a fucking. Yeah, she's a skin called bro. Her husband's a fucking goddamn like molester or some shit, like
Holy
pedophile.
shit!
He
So it was
is.
like, yeah, I think was it? Oh, she's beefing with Megan, right? So Megan like, or somebody like that just threw hella shade at Nikki, like, oh, just don't go to like a school or some shit. Your
Yeah.
the husband can go or something.
God damn! God damn! That's. You know, we're just gonna move on to the next.
It whack.
I don't know how to like transition from that. All right.
Like Kendrick Lamar, dude. They not like us, dude. They not like us.
Oh my god. That's fucking great, dude. All right, we're just gonna move to the next thing. This one's gonna be quick because obviously you motherfuckers don't care. This is for Dragon Ball Z shit. Bandai Namco has just announced, well, not just announced, recently just announced Dragon Ball Project Multi. It's gonna be a 4v4 MOBA game that's releasing soon. I don't know when, but I know it's gonna be out before Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. So if it's a free to play game and it's on consoles, I might try it.
What fucking paid MOBA game is still out there that's actually fucking decent?
It-
None.
has
Like,
there been a paid MOBA game?
I thought, was it Lord of the Rings?
I think that
Had a
Lord of the
MOBA,
Rings
like back
game,
in like
yeah.
PS3 days.
That might have been the only one because yeah,
Lord of the
like
Rings, Paragon was you had to pay, and it failed. Then they brought it back, made it free to play, and
but
still
it
fucking
was
failed.
already too late by that time.
Bad
I actually really
reputation.
wanted.
Oh
I
wait,
really wanted to try Paragon. It looked really
wasn't
good.
Battleborn more of a MOBA than Hero Shooter? And that one was pay. You had to pay for it. And then they did the same thing too, right? Where it's like, oh, here's like a demo, but it's just basically the game. They're just trying to paint it as free to play, or not as free to play, but it was still basically free to play.
Yeah, I remember at the end it became free to play and it got canceled. And then Overwatch is trying to go back to. We should go back to 6v6.
Oh,
Like,
right,
what the fuck you do for Overwatch 2? Like, what the fuck? The fucking scam, dude.
dude. Overwatch.
Did fucking nothing.
If Overwatch dies, it's because of Overwatch 2 and what they tried to do with it and what they didn't do. Like, yeah, there's
They never
that
needed. They never needed to do. They never needed to like rebrand or be like, oh, we have a second one coming. They never needed to do it. Like people were fine. Like
Oh,
they
the
had it.
rebrand was to add the story. That was the whole
Yeah,
point.
but that's and they never
Like,
did. And then they were like, oop, JK, LOL, that's never happening.
then they're like, we'll just do episodes, and it still didn't fucking. Then you still had to pay for the episodes. Fucking annoying as shit.
yes.
Yeah.
I don't.
But it's like they had a loyal community, and they were like, you know, that would be fun, pissing
They did
all
the
of them
hawk.
off.
Right? They just hawk their face. Right?
Play it. Go ahead. Play the sound.
What? You did that.
You gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that.
Right? You started doing it.
Yeah, because like, I mean, if
I
they
thought it's
switch
because
it,
also like to change their branding from the microtransactions for the loot boxes. It's like to be
well, no, because
you
well,
just straight up buy the things.
because I don't know, the thing that ends up like really stupid with Overwatch, them releasing an Overwatch 2 is that like if they go back to 6v6, like apparently the talk is, the rumors are, if they go back to it, literally there is absolutely no reason for an Overwatch 2. Like you can kind of sort of justify an Overwatch 2 if you're like, yeah, well, we made some gameplay tweaks that we couldn't just do an update. It had to be a whole new release, like the 5v5 and this and that. But if it's just going back to 6v6, there's nothing, because yeah, the story stuff isn't there anymore. Like what is there in Overwatch 2 that's different from Overwatch 1?
I think it's just a little bit better graphics. I think that's just little bit of minor, but again, that could have just been a big patch again.
I don't think. But see, like that doesn't justify it. Still, like yeah, like oh, it's a little bit better. Overwatch 1 looked fine. It's not like Overwatch 2 looks like this cutting
Well,
edge.
you're going
Like
from like, we think about it, it's from PS3 graphics and stuff, whatever. Like whenever Overwatch, right? No, it was they had PS3, or did they cancel PS3? It was like I can't remember. I think it was PS4 actually. Never mind. But
but
still,
see,
it's
right,
just again,
that's
they
still an
make it look better
update.
though.
Like they could do an update. Like oh here's like the remastered update. Like
That's what I just said. Like just an update. That's it.
yeah, and like you could
Just update the game. Like a
re-release
big
the
patch.
game. Like yeah, here's like Overwatch remastered as a re-release kind of thing. Where it's like oh yeah, but if you already own Overwatch, you just get it as a patch. It still doesn't
I think
justify.
that's what it is. I think that's what it is too. I think yeah. If you had Overwatch 1, you still get it as a patch. Didn't matter.
I don't know. It's all they really fucked that. Like I said, if Overwatch the franchise just completely dies, it's because they decided to do what they did with
But Blizzard,
Overwatch 2.
but Blizzard fucking up. What else is new?
Jesus.
You
Yeah.
have a phone, right?
Oh my god.
The guy that probably talking about the 5v5 going back to 6v6 is probably the guy that drank the titty milk when they were doing that shit.
Well,
What's
I mean,
happening?
apparently the talk too is going back, like for them going back to 6v6 is kind of started because apparently a lot of people are really liking that Marvel Rivals. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
A lot of people
Well,
are
dude, it's fucking
really
superheroes.
loving that. They're really loving that, and it does 6v6.
But it's just like your game that you played fucked you dirty. Then a new game comes out that's actually fucking fun as shit. Of course you're gonna go over there, and they're gonna try to like, we should probably change your shit back. You know? Maybe like that's like Call of Duty with fucking Defiant or whatever, fucking X Defiant. They probably did some little things or some shit that we kind of didn't know, but just bring people back.
Mm.
Battlefield try to bring the Dead Space fucking event or some shit to Battlefield.
Battlefield. The only way they're gonna get Battlefield like that crowd back, they'd have to release a new game, and it's just basically Battlefield 3 or 4. Not like a re-release of those games.
Battlefield 4 remastered.
No.
I really released the game. Who gives a shit, bro? I'd buy it again.
If they did a Battle 4 remastered, I'd probably buy it. Yeah. But if no, but I think essentially
Battlefield Bad Company 2.
Oh
Like,
my
Battlefield
god.
2.
Honestly, that's probably what they need to do is like, oh, here's Battlefield Bad Company 3 and it plays like Battlefield Bad Company 2. Like maybe you have your story and it's a new story whatever,
EA's
but
like,
it's
you know
just
what?
Bad Company 2 remastered.
EA's gonna be like, you know what? Hardline 2. Thank you.
Honestly, I would not mind a Hardline 2. I am a
Of course
Hardline
you would.
apologist.
Yeah, the one that shut down the fucking Dead Space studio too, to Coley.
Fuck, it
Mr.
did do
Thank
that.
you.
It did do that, didn't it?
Yeah, thank you for
Fuck.
your contribution.
Hey, I
The only thing
actually
cool.
bought that
The only,
game.
the only thing cool about that
I bought the
Hardline
game,
game.
yeah.
The only thing good about Hardline was that fucking money clip you got at GameStop.
Yeah, the creator bonus, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
I didn't even know that was the thing.
For the game.
Speaking of companies getting bad sales, there's a few of these we're gonna talk about. Sales down just across the board. It looks like. First company we're gonna talk about, Square Enix. So yeah, their sales dipped. The year-over-year kind of thing. Despite Final Fantasy Rebirth having strong sales, as a company they just didn't sell well. Although, when you look at it too, let me see if I can find the actual numbers for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That like, even though they consider it, well, us the layman's would consider it like that it's selling well. It's looking like maybe Square Enix isn't thinking it's a hit, which makes sense because they did the same thing with Tomb Raider.
Console. Oh yeah, Tomb Raider.
They did that with Tomb Raider. It sold like that first.
The newest one, right? Like
that reboot trilogy, the first one. I want to say it sold like 3 or 4 million, and they're like, yeah, it didn't sell well. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
That was only on
Yeah,
Xbox,
well,
right?
like,
It was time exclusive, right?
I feel like they set
No, that was the second one.
dog shit expectations. Like, well, not dog shit, but I feel like they set like these way crazy high expectations. And, like, it didn't sell well based on everything. And like,
Okay,
what are
yeah.
your standards for selling well?
No, so they haven't released the numbers for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Yeah, they are reporting that the sales are underperforming for Final Fantasy Rebirth. So it had strong sales. If you look at, you know, when you look at like, oh, this is telling you how much it sold here, like on Steam or this and that, or maybe not Steam, but PlayStation. Like people dig into it and it's like, oh, it sold. I want to say it sold like 2 or 3 million already, but that's not good enough for Square Enix. Yeah.
Set realistic goals.
Well, I mean, just JJ
Well,
JJ put it
oh, shit,
the
what?
best. Like you made this game exclusive to one console. Like, was it you and I that talked about it last week, Devin, or maybe we talked about it 2 weeks ago, and I had said it. Companies shouldn't do. If you're a third party, you shouldn't do an exclusive. It's just, it doesn't make sense. How many times have we seen that a company was a third party released a game on one console, and then they were like, yeah, but it didn't do that great. It happens way too frequently. And if it's not going to sell well on a PlayStation console, or they think the company thinks, and granted, yes, it's Square Enix, they, you know, they set their expectations a little high, but like, it's Final Fantasy at the same time. You think, oh yeah, it's Final Fantasy, it's going to sell a lot, at least enough for it to, for the company, whether they have high expectation, too high of an expectation for sales or whatever, or not. Like, you still think that they would be like, yeah, no, this did well. So if they're not thinking it's doing well, it's just another game, or yeah, just another game where it's like, what was the point? Why release it on one console? Especially right now when maybe people are not going to be buying as much games. The economy is not great, you know. We're not in that COVID era where people are like, fuck it, I'm just going to buy a game because I have nothing to do. And Trump just gave me some money, so why not? At this point, there is no real reason to like release your game on one console, which is why I think it's smart for Xbox, Microsoft to be releasing some of their games on PlayStation. You make more money that way.
PlayStation and PC.
Yeah, I mean, well, like even PlayStation's starting to be a little bit more like, okay, let's maybe start releasing some of these games on PC. The wait time between releases from the PlayStation to the PC are starting to get shorter and shorter and shorter. I think like, I don't know if it came out recently.
They still won't get Bloodborne, baby.
Oh, we're never. Oh my God, what's that dude's name? Kai Cenat? Is that the streamer?
Back to that, dude. Oh yeah, the streamer, the young streamer guy.
He was just like, why do we not have a Bloodborne remaster or remake? And everyone was like, oh, maybe it's gonna happen. He mentioned it. I'm like, let's not hold our breath.
Like, well, Kaisenat, people have been waiting for fucking years for that. So,
Yeah,
like, calm down.
If it
Again,
happens,
they did send a fucking Millennia statue to him that he just started playing Elden Ring. So, who knows? Maybe it came out fucking 9 years ago.
I mean, the thing is, if there was a Bloodborne remaster, would they just have Bluepoint do it? Is that just all they're gonna do?
There's the bitch then. Sony, can we make something? No, you make remastered remakes.
I thought I saw that they were supposed to be making original games, or the plan was they were gonna do both. I mean, that's when you look at their catalog, they've either done like ports or remakes / remasters. Like they did the Titanfall 1, they did the 360 version of it. They did the, what do you call it, like remake remaster, right? For not Eco,
Out of the Colossus.
Shadow of the Colossus. Yeah, that was them, wasn't it? I want to say
Yeah.
that's them. Yeah, they just that's what they do.
And they
That's all
do
they
good
do.
at it, bro. I'm not saying
I
like
mean,
one
no,
thing
no.
bad
I
about
mean,
it.
when it comes to when it comes to that, when Sony bought
I mean,
Bluepoint Games, it made sense. Like when you look at like their catalog of the history that is on PlayStation and what they have, it makes sense to purchase a studio like that when you want to like maybe, especially them too. Um, PlayStation, they're not as, I don't know what word I would use, but when it comes to like backwards compatibility, they're not like Xbox. So having a company like, or a development studio like Bluepoint just works better in their favor to be like, oh yeah, no, we care about like you playing our old games. We're just gonna, make a whole new release of it so we could charge you.
yeah. Yeah, it's like, yeah, don't get me twisted. Don't get it twisted, dog. I want you to spend the $60. Remember, you guys were saying I'll pay $60 to play Bloodborne 60 frames per second. I'm gonna put that shit in your fucking mouth, then. Like,
I
goddamn,
mean,
give me that money.
I mean
Give me that fucking
honestly,
money.
like if they were to like, I mean they're not at Gamescom this year, but if they happen to be at Gamescom, like if let's say they were, and they're like, oh yeah, guess what's coming out next year? Bloodborne remaster or remake or whatever, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna charge you $60 for it. I'm like, all right, you're getting my $60, fuckers. Yeah, I don't know.
It's FromSoft. No, it's like, no, not only Bluepoint does it, but FromSoft does it, and they're gonna make it on the Elden Ring engine and shit like that. So it's even fucking better, even though
Well,
it's like the same.
I don't think
Then they're like, guess what? It's like in Bloodborne 2, same day they announced the fucking remake or whatever.
so. If they did
Like, fuck you
the
guys.
thing is, if they did a Bloodborne like remake or remaster, I don't think they'd have to worry about From Software at all because actually, if you look at the history, like the development behind that game, like it wasn't From Software really that did the development. What's his name was obviously the director, and they did do some of the development, but most of it was Sony Japan Studio, which Sony closed. So if you really look at it, the bulk of the development was really like the most of the heavy lifting was done by Sony Japan. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Square Enix. What we're talking about? Square Enix. Their sales. Yeah. Let me see. Let me look. Oh, here. More. Just sales being down. Sony. They just released their, all their financial crap. Um, and
Is that the
there's
technical term?
that's the technical term. Their financial crap. Yes. Fuck you, Devin. The PlayStation sales have declined, quote unquote, to 2.4 million units sold compared to 3.3 this time last year. Apparently now the console's at 61.7 million units sold. But the company as a whole still made money. Like the PlayStation division still made money. They just didn't sell as many consoles. So I'm trying to look because even though they didn't sell as many consoles, I'm trying to see what their, because it says their first party game sales and their subs, like so anyone who subscribed to PlayStation Plus, all that grew still, but
Yeah.
Also still their what do you call it? Everything was a little bit 27% down year over year. That seems a little bad. I don't know.
just like I don't know. We talked about this last week with like Xbox. Like it's just like people who want a console. Like we went through the COVID era of like everyone got their consoles that we wanted and like all that shit. And it's just like now anyone who's got a console bought it. And like thankfully we're not having to buy consoles again because they're red ringing. And they're just like we all have our stuff. Like we just want to buy games. That's all there is to do now. Is just buy games. Like you're not gonna be selling more consoles. Like everyone's got their console for this generation. Next generation, like I'll be like if you come up with a new system, then like you'll see your sales increase. And I think with Sony too, there's been tons of rumors about a PlayStation 5 Pro. So it's like if people are waiting,
Yeah,
why
that's
would they buy
probably
one now?
that probably is contributing to maybe
There's just like a lot of factors. It's like, yeah, like why the fuck would I buy one now when you guys might release one that's got a bigger hard drive or
or
has
has
better
better
ray
graphics
tracing
and stuff. Yeah.
or whatever. Like why would I buy one now? Like I'll fucking wait.
No, yeah, you're right. Like it doesn't make sense if you know that the new shinier, better consoles coming out soon. Why are you gonna spend
Yeah.
the $500 or whatever it is for the one that's gonna be outdated soon? No,
Mhm.
that's most likely what it is. Is that people are waiting? I mean, how
It's
long
like
has
I'm
the rumors
sure
been around?
yeah, I'm sure we're gonna see Switch sales like decline. Like I guarantee this year Nintendo sales will be down compared to last year just because like they've already said they're gonna announce the next console like
Yeah, it's not even a
this
rumor.
coming
They have
like
said it. Yeah, that they're
yeah
gonna
they're
be.
like yeah we're gonna it's coming out they're like we're gonna like maybe not coming out but like they said like yeah 2025 we're gonna be talking about the new system so yeah that shit'll be
Should be soon.
hopefully it comes out fall next year and Metroid Prime's a fucking launch title that's what I'm just trying to speak out into the universe right now.
You're trying to speak it into existence.
Mm-hmm.
It would be smart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Metroid Prime will probably be like a launch title like Zelda, Twilight Princess, be on the last gen and current gen.
Yeah, if I switch 1 and 2, yeah, makes sense.
All right. Continuing with this trend of sales being down. This one's not surprising. WB WB Games.
It's not surprising, but it's sad.
Yeah. So their game revenue is just down. They didn't give exact numbers, but it quote
Because it's
unquote
sad.
yeah, it quote unquote suffered a major drop this quarter. I think we all know why. You know, Suicide Squad was like the big game. I don't know. Did they release anything else? Not that I
Not
could think
this
of.
year. Because like Harry Potter was last year.
They're fighting over multiverses, dude.
Yeah, but that's just all on microtransactions.
Yeah. So that probably didn't help, like, contribute enough. But obviously, the thing they were banking on was Suicide Squad being a major hit, and we'll just say it wasn't. It wasn't a major hit.
It was better than the Borderlands movie.
Oh my
If
god! Did you see
there's
how
a
much money it made? The Borderlands movie, how much money it made?
$4 million.
No, it made 8.8 million.
Oh, 4 million was like the US total or something.
That might be the U.S. total. Worldwide, I think, yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck, I'd have
on
to.
a $120 million budget, and if
I
you have
thought it
to
was
include
100. I thought it
marketing,
was 110 million.
I saw 120, and then that doesn't include marketing. That's just the cost to make the movie. So like commercials and all that other shit, like close to like they're saying like 140, 150 for all that stuff.
Okay,
So
so I just looked it up. Borderlands, uh, made 8.8 million domestically. That's here in the U.S.
Okay.
115 million was the budget,
Okay. So
and I think the
110. I said 120.
marketing budget was 100 was 30. So like altogether,
So
it's like
yeah, like
145.
so
And then
yeah. When I said 140 or
yeah,
150, I was 140, 150. I was pretty close. So,
and
but yeah.
then
So
it's pretty much known that like if you to make money with a movie, you have to make double what you spent on it. Whether that's or not whether like that's both marketing budget and production budget combined. So if basically we'll say 150, the movie needed to make 300 million. I don't think it's making
it's
that
never
much
gonna
at
do that.
all. It's not reaching 300.
It's gonna be on Netflix like next month. Like they're gonna sell it to somebody to get like some money back to get like exclusive rights like fairly early, like because like how Madam Web like got on Netflix within like fucking 6 weeks, I think. Netflix probably paid him like not like a great amount, but just like a little amount just to get like quicker exclusive rights. But Jesus Christ.
Obviously, too, they were trying to
And it's
recoup some of their
it's
money.
gonna be, yeah. It's like might as well scavenge it. I'm like, watch, it's gonna go on streaming, and if for people on Netflix, like, oh my god, #1 movie in America. I was loving watching the streaming, dude. I'm like, yeah, it's free. No one wants to pay for that shit.
Well, I mean, the funny thing about the Borderlands movie is like,
Castle's horrible. I don't know why they chose all the people that they did.
yeah, I'm like, you guys are like, you should have saw this coming. Why would you fucking get Kevin Hart to play Roland? I think is the name of the character.
Yeah. The big tall guy. Yeah.
Yeah, a big,
Tall.
tall, muscular black guy, played by a short, not muscular black guy.
It's a funny guy. Like I thought Roland was like more the serious one. I think what a better one was probably in The Rock or Terry Crews or some shit. Idris Elba.
Yeah, you needed to
Somebody
get
else.
maybe not. Well, maybe not them necessarily, but like you needed to get like just get like Michael B. Jordan. Like he's not big, thick like that, but he looks a lot closer, and he obviously can act. Also, getting what's her face to play the chick. I'm like, you got an older chick to play a young hot chick. That's not gonna work. Like, no.
The girl with the diaries, Jamie Lee Curtis character is also like young as shit. The only old person was fucking Moxie. That's it. But she didn't like she was like thin, hot as shit, and this one's like,
Yeah, they got
whatever.
two
She's had
older
big tits,
women.
That's it.
They got two older women to play in the games. The characters are young, and they're supposed to be like attractive. Well, at least the way they look, like you think, like, oh yeah, they're attractive. But they got two older women. Then you get Jack Black to voice Claptrap. Like I know people were high on Jack Black being, or like his performance as Bowser, but that was after the Mario movie came out. I remember when they announced him, everyone was like, "You're getting Jack Black to voice Bowser? Oh, this is going to be a train wreck." Obviously, it worked out, but nobody seems to
I
like
don't
his
know.
performance.
I thought it was fucking Chris Pratt being Mario was gonna be a fucking wreck. No one fucking hear Bowser. What the fuck?
Well, I mean, everyone obviously thought that was going to be a wreck too. Well, I mean, that was the thing. All the voice acting, the only one that seemed to be the only one that people seemed to be more like up for was what's his name being Luigi.
Probably
Yeah.
Luigi. But the only one that actually tried fucking when Toad, the rest felt like just normal. Had a little bit. Seth Rogen was literally just Seth Rogen. That's
Oh, that was my god, that was another one. People were like,
for fucking,
dude, are you guys Seth Rogen fans?
Kind of like it's just dumb humor. Like I kind of like it's like some movies and stuff, but I'm not like a crazy diehard fan. Like
So I'm gonna tell
she
you
made
right
a shit ton of money.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, I am not a Seth Rogen fan. He plays the same character in every movie. He's a goofy guy who likes to get high. He plays the same character in every movie. And like
in Sausage Fest, they like to have sex with other food.
Again, he plays the same guy. Plays this big goofy guy. And then like
this is weird laugh.
yeah, it
Can't even
worked.
fucking
It
do it.
worked. It worked. It obviously worked in like Knocked Up, when he was like fresh. It worked in fucking 40-Year-Old Virgin where he's a side character.
Reporting.
Huh?
Observer
Pineapple Express.
report. Pineapple Express. Oh, was it the World's End?
Honestly,
No, the
honestly, the
End
only
of
I don't
something like
think
that.
I think his character sucked in Pineapple Express. I think the only reason Pineapple Express is as beloved as it is because of fucking uh, James Franco, right? James? That's James, right?
Yeah.
Is it? Is it?
What's the brother's name? Is brother named
Dave.
James? Dave. So the brother's Dave. He's James. It's because of James Franco. Look at and dude, James Franco is so underrated as an actor. Look at that guy. Look at.
Yeah, but he's also a pedophile.
I mean, every
Wow.
great artist has, has their skeletons. I mean, what's his name? Cut his own ear off, right? Fucking Beethoven or whatever it
Yeah,
is.
I don't think he did a little kids. I don't think he did a little kids. It's not even Beethoven. It's Picasso.
Whatever. I don't know my history like that. Picasso.
What? I thought you met the guy. Fuck, you're old as shit, dude.
Kiss my ass.
Will you let
Hey,
me?
Grandpa.
Oh my god. Anyways, back to WB games. Yes. So, I'm pretty sure this is the result of them not making enough money. They're now they're still going to make games. They're not bowing out. But they're also looking to license out their franchises to other game studios. So it doesn't look like they're going to be doing just in-house development and publishing. Now they're going to I think this is probably them straight up maybe trying to just be a publisher. And yeah, I think this is probably a smarter play for them. It could still backfire if they just are too involved, I think. Because that was the issue, is that with, what was it called? Gotham Knights, right? It was Gotham Knights and obviously Suicide Squad. Like those two being the biggest examples, they meddled and they're like, we want it to be this way. When everyone's like, hey, you're making a new game based on Batman or whatever, or just that franchise, they just want to beat them up, where you're going around beating up bad guys and this and that. But then they go and they're like, oh, but this game, Suicide Squad is going to be, a persistent online shooter or whatever it is. It makes no sense. And they still did it. So I don't know. Do you think it's going to work out, Devin?
Depends what studios get the license and stuff. I mean, I'm glad that other studios are going to get a shot at it instead of it being these IPs being trapped essentially behind WB. Because if you're going to get, because I mean that's how Rocksteady, they were a really passionate fan base around Batman. So if we're gonna get some studios that are really passionate about the Flash or something, it'd be cool to get a Flash game. And if they're not if WB does just if they're well, whatever, we've sold them the license to Flash, we've already made our money, we don't give a shit if the game's bad, and they can do whatever they want essentially. Obviously we can't have the Flash I don't know, they can have certain stipulations, we don't want to have the Flash I don't know, having orgies with animals or something, but who gives a shit if the game's bad? We made our money on selling them the Flash game, but if someone makes a really cool Flash game, that'd be sweet. I don't or if someone else wants to make Harry Potter games, or someone else wants to make whatever whatever WB franchises that are out there, or if we get Game of Thrones games, someone out there is really, because the only Game of Thrones games what we've had is the Telltale and
There's a mobile game.
Yeah, but like so we've had the Telltale game. That's it.
Well,
But
come on. Game of Thrones Legends doesn't deserve the hate.
mm,
Are we sponsored by Legend?
regardless, so what I'm saying is, it's get some passionate developers out there that want to buy it and work it. It's great. WB can make some money and just licensing out. Give us a Peacemaker game. That'd be fucking awesome.
I would like to
But
see. So for me, the thing that I'm more excited about, like the possibility of, is that like they're looking at like now, in addition to their own in-house stuff, they're like, okay, we're gonna license out shit. That maybe like we'll get, maybe Xbox will be like, hey, we want to, use the rights to make a, maybe a Flash game or a Green Lantern game or whatever. Or hey, we want to make a Justice League game. We got the studio here who they've been telling us we want to make a Justice League game. So give us the rights. I mean, if fucking PlayStation could get the rights for just Spider-Man and X-Men basically too, according to the reports. Like, why can't Xbox get fucking Justice League? Or fucking
Yeah. Well, we're getting Blade.
That's true. We are getting Blade, but I mean, because for me, I think something that I would be excited at, that I would hope could become a possibility, or I hope is a huge possibility, is that if they're willing to license out things they have, like IP they have to studios or smaller developers, or even smaller developers. What if we get like an independent developer who's like, hey, can you let us, can we purchase the rights, or how can we get the rights to make what's the name of that damn? They're basically the DC's version of X-Men. They actually came out before the X-Men. Doom Patrol. Like, what if somebody's like, I want a Doom Patrol, or like, Devin, a Peacemaker, fucking game, or Kite Man, or shit. What about someone who's like, I want to make a Condiment King video game? Just these obscure fucking like, comic book characters that obviously nobody knows about, but that the developer knows about. And it's like,
what are you talking about, dude? Condiment Gaming is referenced in Lego Batman. I think everyone knows about that.
Or like, like what would be? It'd be kind of cool. Like, what if, like maybe the developers from Life is Strange are like, hey, can we make?
They could do like
No, like what if
they
like
could do like a Kite Man.
No.
With that humor.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like, because the style of game they make. What if they're like, hey, WB, license out the Question to us. We want to make a Question game. And so it's just a, a detective game. That's all it is. I don't know. There could be a lot of cool shit. I mean,
Yeah.
I want to see some of these things. Maybe if they're willing to license out, somebody's gonna come and be like, hey, I want to make a fucking Batman Beyond game. Why have we not gotten a Batman Beyond game?
Didn't we? It was just like on the SNES or something like that. Or was it Batman Beyond or no? Just like other Batman.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
No. There's been Batman. It wasn't on the SNES. There was a Batman. I think there was a couple Batman Beyond games, maybe. Like on the GameCube.
Those Batman games that came out, like most Batman games that came out prior to the Arkham series were just fucking straight booty cheeks, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So what if? I mean, yeah, like what if we get them? Someone who's like, hey, I want to make a Batman Beyond game, and they just straight up copy the Arkham fucking gameplay, but like,
and then WB was like, damn, dude, how'd that game sell so well?
Because
we used the formula and we didn't use microtransactions and we
gave the fans what they wanted.
And it's weird.
It's like weird.
It's like we we did the Deadpool and Wolverine thing. We like did it. We did like a fan service thing. We did what the fans wanted out of our movie and expected, and we just did that. And I don't know, for some reason, people really resonated with something that they wanted. It's weird.
Like, yeah, who'd have thought? Like, when the fans come out and be like, "Hey, we want this," and we're like, "Okay, we'll give it to you." The fans are like, "Cool, here's money."
Yeah, people are like, "I want an open world Harry Potter game. Sells really well." Wow, that's weird.
Yeah.
I wonder why that happened. What? How can we get microtransactions in
honestly,
that next time?
Honestly, I think the Harry Potter game sold well too because of the controversy, the quote unquote controversy. I think that helped it a lot. All the people were like, "Don't play this game. If you play it, you support transphobia." It's the
It's also
Streisand
just
effect
a really
too.
good game.
Yeah, I think that helped it too. That like it's that Streisand effect. Like you can't tell people not to like.
Wanting, I know, but people like even working at GameStop, like people wanted just like a good. People were just like, "Man, I love Harry Potter," but like all the games that come out fucking suck.
Trash.
They're
I
just
think the only
shitty.
good game we did is like here's Deathly Hallows Part 1, I think. Like,
Yeah, because it was kind of like first. It was like a third-person cover shooter, and they're like, "It's not terrible," but most of them that came out were fucking terrible. I just love how like they come up with some bullshit excuse of like I forget what the reason was in game of like why Quidditch wasn't being played. It's just so they can sell you a separate game that's just Quidditch only and that's coming out. Like it's like they're basically selling you a whole brand new game that's just Quidditch, and I'm just like, that's stupid.
So yeah,
which
I don't know. So
which unrelated, but just like Quidditch in general, just like I wouldn't want to. I'm not going to play that game because like if some random guy gets like the golden snitch and we just lose, I'm like, this is the dumbest thing ever. Like, I wouldn't want to be
why
on a
aren't you
team.
defending it, bro? Why aren't you defending it?
It's
Go get
stupid
it.
though. Yeah, but JJ,
Yeah. You're like
imagine
framing
we're
some
watching,
dude, bro.
imagine we're watching the Olympic basketball and like just randomly, they're like, oh, France, their guy caught a butterfly in the field, they win, and we're just like, what?
And then it's just good game.
Yeah,
Excellent gameplay. Excellent.
the
French does
U.S.
it
the
again.
U.S. and the France guy are out there trying to catch a butterfly in a field randomly. You can't see him anywhere, and then you just get like a radio call. Oh yeah, France has won because their guy caught the butterfly over the U.S. guy. You'd be like, no, we're gonna finish the fucking basketball game here. Of like the contact shit.
Yeah, it's just like the game shows. Here, you are winning, and then it's like this last question wins you the whole thing. Like, what's the point of the other fucking shit? You know, like what's the point? Yeah. Oh well. Well, you should get good. Just get the better snitcher or whatever. Fuck, however you say it.
So actually, yeah, with all that, what game would you guys want to see? Like, from what WB owns, if you can think of all that, and what studio would you want to make it? Like, if you're like, okay, let's say you're the head of whatever studio, and you want to make this game, what is it, Devin? Like, what would you want?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know who made like the recent like RoboCop, but I feel like I don't know. I know it's like slow and shit, but they did a really good adaptation of that. I feel like they could do like a good Peacemaker shooter.
Like, you really want a Peacemaker thing, don't you?
Dude, it'd be fucking awesome. Like John Cena voice it and just like have it be vulgar. Have Eagly come in. GG's.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know. I feel like that's kind of in line because like RoboCop, like it's not like it's like a B. It's not like a AAA game or even a quadruple A game like Skull and
It's a
Bones.
double A game.
It's a double A game. Like so it's like on the B tier. And I feel like you could do that with like Peacemaker. Like and it would be perfectly acceptable. Because like obviously like you said a Batman Beyond game would be great, but like it's like I would want Batman Beyond. Like honestly it's like maybe just like let Rocksteady make a Batman Beyond game that plays like the Arkham games,
Yeah, that's never happened.
or whatever. Well, yeah, I know, but that's why it's just like that's the dream, but like a realistic, like I don't know. Like they did a good job with the RoboCop franchise. Like they could probably do something decent, like a decent shooter, something else. But yeah, and I like the RoboCop game. It was good.
What about you, JJ? If you could have like a studio make a work on a WBIP.
I'm trying to think. I was trying to think. I was trying to see maybe like I like I'd still like going with the Batman universe, like the DC universe. I like Teen Titans. They're pretty cool. Not the Teen Titans Go, but like more like the old school ones.
The real Teen
It's like just seeing
Titans.
those cool. Yeah, the real Teen Titans. Even the real Teen Titans actually come out in Teen Titans Go and they like bitch at each other about it. But yeah, something like that'd be pretty cool. Like playing Cyborg, Starfire, like and even having more characters than just those 5. You just have like a whole bunch of other characters too. It'd be kind of cool.
You could even do like a Teen Titans like TMNT like side scrolling game,
Oh, that'd
like
be
a
kind of
side scroll
cool.
beat 'em up, like
Yeah, actually,
like
really cool. Yeah, fuck, dude. Yeah.
like the old X-Men like arcade game style. Like you could do something like
Yeah,
that. Just
that's actually really
fucking
cool.
because then you could have a shit ton of characters, and then I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. That's actually fucking hella dope. Yeah. Then they can do like their special powers, which is do their like
Mhm.
weird like abilities, like Beast Boy turning into like all like the animals just fucking mowing down on people when
Just
you get their
turns into like a
special ability.
dinosaur.
Yeah,
Just like eats them all.
that'd be cool. Really fucking cool.
Let's make that game.
Yep, let's go.
Called
WB, would
WB.
like to take the license for that.
That's
But
funny.
we don't know how to make a game.
Yeah. So it would take some time. It would take some time.
Can we have the license for $5, please?
I think
For five
honestly,
monies.
I think honestly they'd be willing to like not go cheap or whatever with, but they'd probably be like, okay, well here's the license for whatever, like because at that point I think they're like, we're not giving you any money to make the game. You're just that it's all on you. Kind of like with the name of that studio that did the Baldur's Gate game. Larian? Is it Larian? I think it's Larian. Like they purchased the rights for D&D or whatever it is to make the Baldur's Gate game, but that was completely funded on their own. Like, uh, fuck, I don't remember who's the actual company that owns Wizards of the Coast. Are they the ones who own it?
I think so. Yeah, because they're D&D. So
Yeah. So like,
I think.
huh?
Yeah, I was sorry. I think it is right. Hold on. I'm just looking it up.
You know what's funny? So as we were talking about all this stuff, you know what game I would actually really like to see get made? The only thing is I don't know who I would have, who would be like a good developer for it. But I would like to see the versus system be made into a game like that you could play right now. Yeah, it'd probably only have to be, WB stuff like DC characters, but a card game like how that Magic the Gathering game that was free to play. I think you could still play on Xbox Series X and all that stuff. I don't know if did you guys ever play any of the Versus system, or even know about the Versus system?
No.
Yeah, it was just a card game that had actually it was Marvel and DC. It was both. I think it even had other comic books like Spawn, maybe might have been part of it or something. But yeah, it was a long time ago. I don't think Versus system is around anymore. Yeah, I would really like a Versus system game that I could play right now on my Xbox Series X. I'm not something that I have to play on my fucking computer or some bullshit. I ain't no fucking loser that's I want to play on PC. Uh, yeah.
Wow.
What?
Like,
Canceled.
No.
right? Okay, I think I got another idea. Another one.
Go ahead.
Another one.
Like another one. A Friday the 13th one, like a game.
I don't
Kind of
think
like
I don't
set
think
like
they own.
like
I don't
yeah
think
they
they
do. I
actually
double
own it.
checked. What WB
They
hosing.
do?
Yeah, they have the license for Friday the 13th.
Oh,
Guys,
shit.
they're in the versus one too.
I
So.
know it's a multiverse,
Yeah,
but I didn't think they owned it. I thought it was owned by another company.
and I thought so too. I had to double check, but they're saying the license is with WB. So I'm just thinking, like the same people that did Alien Isolation or something like that. I think they're still around. But it's
Oh,
just like you're just running around, like
yeah, and you're
Outlast, like kind of
trying to
that
run
kind of
away from him.
style.
A survival horror game,
Yeah,
basically. Yeah, you're just trying
yeah.
to run away from him and stay away. I get it.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like not like the Friday the 13th game, like it was like, kind of like Dead by Daylight kind of shit.
No,
You
no, no,
know?
no, no. I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah. I want
like
something like
that
more
or was it
first person.
Outlast?
Yeah, like that game, Amnesia, stuff like that. Something like fucking over the top crazy shit.
Actually, the people who did Amnesia probably would be good. Have you played the Amnesia games? They're pretty creepy.
I have.
They are pretty creepy, actually.
This guy. I haven't played Amnesia.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you
Yeah, I
haven't.
didn't play on Xbox though. There's that World War II one that's pretty fucking gnarly. Or World War One. I think they're on Xbox. I think on Game Pass. I think maybe. Like buried though in there. That's my last one. That's my last
No. This is good. This is good.
one.
Good
Or Matrix. Or
discussion.
Matrix. There you go.
I mean, I was thinking that a Matrix game, but who would you have make it? Like, cause
The John Woo Stranglehold people.
Dude, totally,
dude,
bro. Or fucking.
who made? I want to know who made that game. That Stranglehold game was not bad.
I know. It actually wasn't bad.
Like, oh my god, I have not heard anyone talk about that game in
What
so
about the
long.
What about the fucking Sleeping Dogs one? I think that could be kind of cool, like the combat or that.
It was developers were
Sleeping
Midway
Dogs?
Studios, Chicago, Tiger Hill Entertainment.
Tiger Hill Entertainment.
They're
So
pro.
companies that are not around anymore. Oh, Tiger Hill Entertainment was John Woo's thing. So it was just a Midway
Yeah.
Studios
So
Chicago
Midway Studios, Chicago.
that are obviously
They
not around
around?
anymore.
In June
Oh, wait.
2010, Warner Bros. Rebranded it to NetherRealm
NetherRealm.
Studios.
What?
Damn.
NetherRealm
So we have a
Studios
chance.
created. That is insane.
Yeah. There you go.
That's actually kind of insane. The NetherRealm Studios. But if you go to the NetherRealm Studios wiki, it doesn't say that they actually made that game. You know, the studio that made Sleeping Dogs, they got shut down.
Yeah.
I know for a fact they got shut down. I don't remember who it was,
Yeah,
but I
or
know
you
they got
could,
shut down.
or I know they like it would never do this, but like because Max Payne 3, like
I was
Rockstar.
gonna say, yeah, not Rockstar. Fuck, people who did Alan Wake. Why am I forgetting?
Remedy? No.
Remedy. I was thinking Remedy because they're the actual,
Yeah.
like, yeah. They would probably be good at.
Well, Max Payne 3. It says Rockstar Studios did Max Payne 3.
Oh yeah, no. Rockstar did do Max Payne 3, but Max Payne 1 and 2 are Remedy, so that's why I was thinking them. They're the original developers.
Yeah, but they're on their like Remedy verse games now. I feel like they're focused on all like Control 2 at this point. I think is what they're all focused on. So I don't think they would be interested in doing that.
Yeah. All right, so
The dream of games that'll never come out.
I know. All right, let's maybe we got a couple more things to talk about that are probably more downers. Then we'll talk about two that are a little bit more
Take some
happy.
uppers
after.
Take some uppers.
So we'll do this one first. Meta, just Facebook basically. They're shutting down Ready at Dawn Studios. They just did Meta's. They got the VR headset. What's it called? The Quest.
Meta
Meta Quest?
Yeah, the Quest.
Mm.
So Radiant Dawn was that's all they did was VR stuff because that's obviously all Facebook cares about when it comes to video games.
Yeah, they don't do Farmville anymore. Is Farmville still around?
I have no clue.
Probably.
I don't know.
Yeah. Just unrelated. Just like I remember people coming and buying Farmville cards. I'm like, you fucking losers.
So, yeah, if you guys, Devin, you probably remember this. They made those PSP God of War games, Ready at Dawn.
Mm-hmm. And they made The Order.
The Order 1886, which I actually liked.
It's not a bad game. It's just short as shit.
It probably is
That
not
game more like a fucking movie.
Yeah, but I think it's one of those games. Like, remember how you were talking about RoboCop? It's a AA game. That's the feel I got from 1886, The Order.
Yeah, but they sold it
full
and advertised it
price.
as a AAA.
Yeah, it probably would have been better if they were like, "Hey, this game it's just a $40 game. We just want to put out a good game that you guys will whatever."
We want to show like this is like the graphic capability of the PlayStation because it is one of the best looking PS4 games. Still.
It still looks It's funny if you play like that game and you play like what was that one game from Crytek? Rise.
Crysis? No.
Rise.
No.
That came out on the Xbox One. You look at those games, they still look good. I don't know what like engines those guys. Well, Crytek obviously is CryEngine for Rise. I don't know what they use for the Order 1886. It still looks good, yeah. Like it's very surprising
Nice.
actually. But yeah, no, yeah, this is kind of it kind of sucks that they're gone now. They're getting shut down. I mean, obviously they haven't done anything like that in a long time. They've just been working on VR stuff. I don't know what they've made for the Quest, what they were making, because I don't.
War games, some core thing. It's like 4 different titles of the same like universe game. It's like an arena one. One's like a fucking single player one. One's like another weird one. I was looking it up. I'm like, oh, it's the same game with 4 different titles of the same game.
JJ, you played the God of War PSP games, right?
Because I'm Mexican.
I don't understand. Is that
No, I never played it.
is the God of War games popular with Mexicans?
But PSPs are popular with Mexicans.
I mean,
No, I was playing Midnight Club.
I mean, if anything, I would be like surprised that you're not a Dragon Ball fan, like hardcore, because of your Mexican heritage stuff.
Coming from you.
Oh no, I'm a Dragon Ball. Yes, I am Hispanic. My last name is Morales. Like, yes, my family roots are in Mexico, and I love Dragon Ball. What of it? I also love Gears of War, which is huge in Mexico apparently.
Oh, we know.
Wait,
with
Devin,
the Gears of War 10 Mexican flags.
Devin, because you're a huge Gears of War fan, does that make you an honorary Mexican?
Maybe.
Maybe the Mexico.
I now
accept you.
Yeah, I accept you into the Mexican heritage. You are now allowed to call other Mexicans beaners.
Beaners, wetbacks.
You are now. He's like,
Can I get that card laminated and sent to me first before I start doing that?
It's like my ex who was black when she's like, you can now say the N-word. I'm like, I don't know about that one. Don't know if I should be doing that.
Yeah. I think I'll probably not do that. But I don't really want to get that honorary card. Just on the off chance Trump gets elected, I don't want to get deported.
Oh shit, that's funny.
Topical.
Topical. All right. Yeah, no. Rest in peace, Freddie Dawn. More studios and more things getting shuttered. Sucks right now to be in the video game industry almost.
Sucks to be like, I mean, a lot of like, I don't know, the job market right now and like companies, because the economy's crap. So the easiest way
Oh
companies are doing to
no,
make money
like
is cutting
yeah.
employees.
I mean, did you see that shit with was it Intel? I think it was Intel. Like last week, they fucking got rid of like 15,000 employees or some shit. I think it was Intel.
Yeah.
Like yeah, it doesn't suck for
Yeah.
just video games. It's everything. Yeah.
Got to make that bottom line the easiest way. Fucking fire people.
I mean, yeah, sad truth.
Yep.
Going from one studio that got shuttered to another one that's like we were talking about last week. This is an update to the Bungie thing last week. Yeah, another one that probably is going to get shuttered at some point. So last week, when we were talking about, you know, all the layoffs from Bungie and just all the crazy shit that was going on, there's an update now. Because with part of the layoffs and everything, there was a restructuring. We did talk about it a little bit last week, but we didn't have too many details. Just that, like, some of them were going into a new studio that was being formed in PlayStation, and then some of the employees were just going into other PlayStation studios, apparently. But like I said, like we were talking about last week, and this all but confirms it. This whole new update that like Sony's just taking over. Like that's it. Now they're running Bungie, because the whole, obviously the backstory on this was that when Sony bought Bungie, the agreement was Bungie was still basically independent. For all intents and purposes, they were still independent. They ran themselves. Sony was just the parent, basically. That's not the case anymore. So now, with the restructuring of Bungie, obviously the purpose of this is cost restructure and portfolio optimization. That's what it says right here. Part of this now, the Bungie back office functions will be integrated into Sony. So, like I said, they're making the big decisions now when it comes to Bungie. A lot of the employees that are still left at Bungie, they're going to be concentrating on Destiny 2 and Marathon. Supposedly they had another game that was in development. It was supposed to be like a third-person action adventure game. That looks like it's gone, and everything's being focused on Destiny 2 and Marathon. There was supposedly
What are they doing Destiny 2? They're not working on expansions or the game or anything.
Oh no, that's what I was going
cosmetic.
to talk about that next with it, because
Yeah.
part of it was that now that because they want them to focus on Marathon as well, is that they're not going to be making the big expansions. It's going to be smaller stuff. We did talk about this, I think, last week too. It's going to be smaller stuff. Those might actually end up being like free. It doesn't look like they're going to be doing paid expansions anymore. There was apparently another title that was supposed to be developed. This was a whole new IP, because the third-person action game supposedly was set in the Destiny universe. But they had another game that was like a science fantasy game, supposedly, that was being developed. That title is now being brought into PlayStation. So it's the employees that were leaving Bungie and forming a new studio within the PlayStation studios, like family. It looks like they're taking that game with them. So it's going to be a PlayStation game, most likely a console exclusive, or an exclusive, because as we know, the Marathon game is still going to be still multi-platform. Yeah, this is just Sony's way of, like, obviously they're trying to recoup some of the money that they're clearly losing because Bungie's just not. They're just not making money. I mean, even with I forgot what it was. What I had said last week. What the report was, they were like the third or fourth like top grossing company, video game company, like in June. The Final Shape sold less than the previous expansion. Lightfall, that was what it was called. So yeah, like me and Devin were talking about last week. This is it. The death bells are ringing for Bungie. What they are in
good.
a year or two is not Bungie. It's, if they are still around, they will be Bungie in name only. Because also the thing is, one of the major people that were left in the studio, like from the old days, like the old Halo days, was Luke Smith. He's gone. Like he left apparently on his own. Maybe not. Maybe that was he was part of the layoffs, but they could be like they were telling him, just go ahead and say you left of your own accord and everything. Him and someone else. I don't remember the guy's name, but like Luke Smith was, he was a big part of Bungie and what made Bungie Bungie. And that's just all gone. So yeah, I don't know. It's just more of what we were talking about last week. That, like I was saying, I just don't think Bungie's gonna last much longer. I think they're gonna be gone. I think that Sony's gonna eventually just shut it all down.
Yeah, good riddance. I don't know. It's kind of
Should kept making Halo. Should kept making Halo, dog.
yeah. They just like I don't know. It's kind of like it's annoying how I get how like Microsoft and Activision, they're not great companies, but I don't know. Everyone was just like, oh, like when Bungie like left them too, it was like, oh, they were just like Bungie is the good guys or whatever. But it's like clearly Bungie didn't know what the fuck they were doing, like running a company. Like, yeah, they can make good games, but they're not the best at running a company, and like they weren't doing great things. So I don't know. It's kind of like, see ya. Like you guys had all the fucking goodwill in the world, and you ruined it.
Yeah, like that's the thing. I understand the whole. This is why I hate when I see people talk about like, oh, why doesn't Microsoft let 343 make other games, not just Halo? Why doesn't Microsoft let the Coalition make other games, not just Gears of War? Those games sell. Whether people maybe like how Halo is now or whatever, Halo's still going to sell. Gears of War is still going to sell. And for Bungie to be like, no, we got to make a new game. They got lucky that Destiny was as big of a hit as it was, but obviously they couldn't keep it going. And it started to lose them money. Whatever decisions they made were not the right ones. And now that development studio is suffering. And what was it? Well, 220 people, right, are gone from that. That 220 people are without a job right now. And maybe this would have all been better if they would just been like, you know what? Yeah, we're a Microsoft owned studio and all we do is make Halo. Or maybe not even that. If they were like, if they just pushed at it instead of being like, hey, yeah, we want to make other stuff, but we don't want to make Halo anymore or whatever it is. If they just been like, look, we'll keep making Halo. Can we hire a bunch of people for a secondary team so we can make other games? Microsoft probably would have been down with that. They're like, oh yeah, go ahead. As long as you keep making us Halo games. And they could have still had their Destiny. And if that flopped, it flopped. You still have Halo to fall back on. But they went out on their own I mean, they signed that deal with Activision or whatever, but they went to make Destiny, and if that would have flopped, they had nothing to fall back on. And now with them, being
And
bought,
Destiny should have flopped at launch. They were lucky they had time to fucking fix it. And
honestly,
then release Destiny 2 and then fix it again.
yeah, honestly, it probably should have launched at. It should have flopped at launch. This is like that original. Like it was fun, but like it did get it got boring a little too fast. There was, I think, what held them
It's
around.
built like an MMO. That's how it is.
Yeah, that's true. But I think what kept them
And a lot
around
of console people don't understand how that MMO structure goes. Like, yeah, all the content you can rush the story, and then at the ending is you do your weekly raids and all your
weeklies,
dailies or whatever. That's it. That's literally the game. That's literally what you do on
weeklies
your
and dailies.
World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, all this. Any MMO game does that shit. So guess what? To keep you back, to keep playing. That's my take. That's what I felt like. People just hated it in the beginning because people played it like a normal game, and it's not a normal game. It's an MMO kind of game. They stated it's an MMO.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think that's why I stuck around for obviously as long as I have. I understood that from the beginning. I'm like, oh, it's just this is what it is. I played World of Warcraft. I played up to Wrath of the Lich King. I understand and then I played a little bit of what was that Neverwinter game that they had on Xbox or whatever. I understand that once you do the story stuff of whatever it is, the current story shit for that point or whatever, once you're done with that, you really only have this. And
Yeah,
I was
you have
fine
your
with
dungeons, right? You have your strikes, and then I guess so. Like 2-3 weeks later, the raid part of the raid comes out. It's like, oh, cool, and then it's like, oh, a week later, there's the other part of the raid or whatever the fuck. I just feel like a lot of console people were like just couldn't comprehend how that fucking mechanic works, because that's like, I guess, kind of like the first one of its kind that like really popped off to be like, okay.
But see, I think
that's how it's.
I think also too we were lucky that even though it's obviously like the MMO, like MMOs or whatever, that you have your weeklies and your dailies and everything. The thing is, we were lucky. We also had it's a shooter, so if you just like shooters, you had your just straight up PvP stuff, the competitive multiplayer. That was in it, and it was still fun. Like if you it's one thing whether you like Halo, whether you like or older Halo, Bungie Halos, whether you like Destiny. You have to admit, Bungie knows how to make shooters that feel good, that feel like, oh yeah, this feels very good to play. The shooting is like,
nothing.
Oh my god, I'm just saying. When it comes to that I say this to my brother because he's a big Call of Duty hater. Whatever, it doesn't matter if you don't like Call of Duty or not. You have to admit, those games feel like so much better as a first-person shooter than pretty much any other shooter. That's why Titanfall was so good, I think, because of look who made it, whatever. But it was better with some of the other mechanics and obviously the Titans and everything. That's why hey, why the fuck do we not have a Titanfall 3? That's the reason I think Apex Legends is better.
Yeah, you killed it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I like Apex Legends better than even Warzone. As much fun as I think Warzone can be, I think Apex Legends is better. Just it feels a little bit better. I like it. I like the gameplay style. I fucking hate PUBG. I think that game feels like shit. So
PUBG?
I feel like shit because you are shit.
Okay.
PUBG?
But the GOAT, dude.
So yeah,
JJ PUBG?
Oh my god.
PUBG?
But yeah, I think there were several factors that helped out Bungie when it came to Destiny. The fact that it's Bungie. I mean, it got marketed to fucking high heavens because PlayStation, obviously.
But it's so much money too, like what, $1 million or some shit like that.
Something like that, yeah. But also,
Yeah, 'cause I
like,
know they're talking about that.
yeah, what was the? It supposedly had like a really like what's it 400 million, 450 million was like the total budget apparently for the game, which if that was actually the case, like Jesus Christ, that's a lot for a game to make it or whatever.
Yeah,
I mean,
500 million.
obviously,
Yeah, 500 million.
yeah, that's a lot. But yeah, like I said, there were several factors, but obviously along the line something happened, and they just made bad decisions, and certain things got messed up or whatever, and I mean that was probably the thing. I don't think we talked about this last week, me and Devin, but there was reports of when they sold to Sony that like no we did talk about it because they had like employees within Bungie said something about if they never sold, they were pretty much done. But yeah, they 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 apparently knew that it was pretty much over. That they oversold themselves to Sony so they could get bought. Sony just didn't know that what they were buying was a bad product, I guess.
Well, when you look at when they were built, like look at our games, Halo 1, 2, 3, ODST, and Reach. Like you're like, okay, you gotta back it up, okay, and then there's this. And those MMO kind of games take a fucking long time to make and to perfect and do that stuff. Like fuck, WoW's still fucking trying to get perfected. It's still fucking dog shit, you know? Like goddamn, they've been at it for 20 years.
Well, I mean, the
Crazy, it's
thing,
been 20 years.
but I think one of the biggest issues that Destiny is like I said, there was decisions that Bungie made. First of all, they did the Overwatch mistake, which is funny because Activision, they did it well. They were under Activision, so clearly clearly Activision has to have a hand in these kinds of things. But they made a Destiny 2. Now, I like I said earlier, there can be certain reasons to justify why you would make a sequel to a game like this that's clearly maybe not meant to be having sequels. Now, and for Destiny, they did change up, from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2, it does play a little differently in how it feels and everything and some of the mechanics, and they try to make it more open world in Destiny 2. It wasn't just like, okay, yeah, go to the little marker on the map and start the mission. They did have it where it's like, oh, go over to the place and start the mission, or the mission is just run around and do certain things here and there. They tried to have more exploration with how the world was and everything. So, like I said, I could kind of be like, okay, fine, you did that for Destiny 2. The thing was, after they had released it and they were releasing, expansions and everything, they started to do that thing they call sunsetting, where it's like, oh, now you can't play the vanilla Destiny campaign. Now you can't play Forsaken. Now you can't play, these campaigns and all, Curse of Osiris, Warmind, stuff like that. Oh, and these weapons that you really like, they're still in the game, but you can't upgrade them anymore. So, like, when you're doing stuff like that, that could leave a bad taste in gamers' mouth. I know it did for me. I was like, oh, that I kind of like the Forsaken campaign. Maybe I wanted to play it again just to play it, but now you can't. And then certain weapons, because they did it in Destiny 1. They sunsetted certain weapons or whatever. I'm like, but I like this weapon. I use it for a reason. Uh, I don't want it to go away. Like Gjallarhorn in Destiny 1. I didn't really have attachment. They didn't do that with exotics in Destiny 2, I think. So I never really had to worry. But yeah, when it was like, oh yeah, I really like this weapon, I can't use it anymore. I understand part of the reasoning again. I understand some of that stuff. Like, oh, you want to try and have people use other weapons, use more of the stuff that you make in the game. But if I really like something, I want to keep using it.
Just don't make one OP weapon. This is kind of like they just made one broken ass weapon that's OP as shit. Of course I was gonna use it. The fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
But
And then they blame us like, oh, you guys are gonna stop using this one. I'm like, you did it.
yeah, I don't know. I'm just again, I think Bungie's just I think they're not long for this world. I said it last week, I'm gonna say it again this week. I just don't. All right, let's just move on to these last two things because I'm looking at the time right now. I know Devin, you're probably gonna have to be getting off soon, right? So
Sure.
this one should be real quick. Let's go on little happier stuff. There's some rumors now going around. Half-Life 3 is in development. The rumor
I
is
heard
that
that for the past 10 years, dog.
Yeah, this is like actually way more credible though.
that's why I said
Valve
those
can't
rumors.
count to 3.
Dude, right? Like they have Half-Life 2, Half-Life Episode 2, Episode 1, Episode 2, and then Portal 1 and 2,
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. Like they really cannot make a third version of whatever it is.
Yeah,
Team
Team
Fortress 1 and 2.
Fortress 2. They still update the fuck out of that game for this shit.
They really do?
I think so.
Well, I know Team Fortress 2 is still pretty big, so
It's better than Overwatch, though.
I mean, if you say so,
It's not
I
that
don't know.
hard, though.
I think I played maybe 3 matches of Team Fortress.
Played more than I did. And that shit was free.
Dude, I played
Oh, like,
when Team Fortress came out on the orange box on Xbox. I played so much of that shit.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like when it first came out, I played a ton of Team Fortress. I got pretty good at it, and then never played it
who were
again.
you? Who were you? The heavy? I'm assuming the heavy.
He had to.
I
No.
actually switched a lot.
Oh, really?
I played like most of the characters. I really the spy was the only one I really didn't play
The
as
medic.
much.
I only
I
played
like
as
this.
the medic.
The medic I like playing as. The heavy was fun.
Pyro.
And the sniper was fun too. Pyro was fun too, yeah. And then the sniper, whoever I forget the sniper, but yeah, the sniper is fun. You just like zoom in, let it charge up, fuck people out.
But yeah, no, that's a rumor. So, hey, yeah, it's well, yeah. You guys said it's been a rumor for 10 years.
Once you see the announcement, then I'll
Yeah,
believe it.
when you see an official announcement, yeah, I know. Watch it be because the rumor isn't everyone's saying Half-Life 3, but the rumor is that it's what do you call it? A single player Half-Life game or something like that. Watch it be Half-Life Alex 2.
Another VR game. Wasn't there somebody went to
No,
the
no, no.
headquarters and they saw
So
like
I think
a
part of the
Left 4
rumor,
Dead, like
no, I think part of the rumor is that it's not a VR game. That it's going to be a straight up like console game or like that kind of game, not a VR game. So I don't know. Still could be Half-Life Alex too, but yeah, I don't know. All right, so let's go ahead and just move on to this last one. This one actually just like what an hour before, a couple hours before we started doing the podcast, right? This just broke today. Tango GameWorks is alive. So what was it? A couple months back when Microsoft was shutting the studio down.
Mm-hmm.
It was about a couple months back. Tango GameWorks was part of that. That's not the case anymore. They are now being sold off to Krafton. They're the publisher that owns like they do PUBG and stuff.
PUBG.
PUBG's
Yeah,
their biggest
right.
thing.
PUBG for the clutch.
PUBG?
Bro. PUBG for the clutch. You're welcome. What did Apex do besides kill Titanfall 3?
I think they. I'm looking up. They also published Callisto Protocol.
Yeah, they did kill Callisto.
Well, that makes sense. Wasn't Callisto Protocol supposed to be like set in the PUBG universe or something?
Yeah, but they canceled it
Oh,
because it didn't make sense. You see the PUBG helmet in the game though, the level 3 helmet.
oh shit.
Yeah,
With
Don't
also,
you be talking shit about Callisto Protocol. That's got my boy Josh Duhamel.
so also with Craft on acquiring Tango GameWorks, they're also acquiring the rights to Hi-Fi Rush, not to like the Evil Within and Ghostwire Tokyo. I think they made something else too. I can't remember. Just Hi-Fi Rush, and they have come out and said that yeah, they are going to start expanding on the IP. They probably, I mean, with this, it probably means that Tango GameWorks is already maybe like they either were starting work and thought they had to scrap it, and now they're continuing it, or like they're now just like, okay, let's start work on Hi-Fi Rush too. Which probably means, because the way that they worded it, they wanted to expand the franchise. Maybe they want to do like, movie or TV shows and stuff
PUBG.
like that. Maybe add it into
Hi-Fi
PUBG.
Rush collab, bro.
So yeah, from the grave, Tango GameWorks will they will stick around. They're not going anywhere. Apparently. In that soundboard, you don't have that something from Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not fucking leaving.
No,
Yeah,
no, I don't think so.
that would actually be very that would work right now, unfortunately. But yeah, so I mean, I personally would not mind another Hi-Fi Rush. So it just means we get it. And
Yeah.
I mean, Tango
2-3
GameWorks.
years from now, we'll another Hi-Fi Rush.
But also too, the thing is, like, instead of a studio shutting down, we get to see that no, they're gonna stick around. How many times are we seeing that? That just doesn't happen. Hey, some good news, right? Now some people aren't going to be out of a job. I don't know if the head of the studio
already left.
Huh?
People left. You said this a couple months ago, right?
Yeah, well,
like, okay,
I mean, they were in the process. Like, it wasn't like they were being shuttered, like, I think almost immediately. I think it was like, hey, they're all being shuttered. So I think, they were probably still in the process, and then Craft On, whatever they're fucking called, probably came in and said, hey,
what the fuck?
What?
What?
Nothing. Yeah, whatever.
I like PUBG. Please don't hate us, Crafton.
Crafted,
I love
whatever.
PUBG.
They probably came in and said, hey, maybe even when this was announced, or maybe they had heard rumblings, but nothing was in cement yet. And they came in and said, hey, we'll take this studio off your hands. Like, you don't have to shutter them. We'll take them. And we want that Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah, because they're probably thinking, wait, the game was good. You guys closing it down? Are you guys fucking retarded? Like, I'll take that shit. What the hell? And I was like, oh, yeah, okay, here you go.
I mean, the game was good, but when I think we talked about this when, I mean, no, I don't think so. I know so. We talked about this when the studios, the announcement happened and everything. Like, the game didn't sell well. It just didn't. So, and not only that, but like none of their games have sold well. The Evil Within was like their highest selling game, but the Evil Within 2 sold less. And then Ghostwire and then Ghostwire Tokyo sold less than that. They were on a downward trend. They were not like, I mean, maybe
everyone's like, oh, these games are great. These games are great, but then like when it comes time to buying them,
they didn't go out and buy it.
Yeah.
I thought Evil Within 2 was pretty good, and I haven't really heard a lot of Ghostwire. Yeah, that's what it's like. It was a lot better than the first one.
Yeah, it's semi-open world-ish, and
I wanted to fucking try. I don't know if it's still on Game Pass. I think it was on there, like the 1 and 2. I played the first one.
They're still on there. Those are Microsoft games. They're not leaving.
Well, yeah, because aren't they published by Bethesda?
Yeah, it's Bethesda.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay. I might do that shit. Because I think I just downloaded the Doom 1 and 2 fucking pack or whatever. That just came on there.
No, look.
I might have the Evil Within on in October.
Like I said, look, I'm happy for Tango GameWorks. And another Hi-Fi Rush game comes out, I'll definitely play it.
Yeah.
You know,
All the
but
people that were bitching about GameWorks getting
that
closed down, though,
I was
they all
literally
need to go
about
out
to.
and buy the
Mhm.
game.
I was literally about to say that. The thing that I'm now like, okay, everyone was bitching
your money
about
where your
Microsoft.
mouth is.
Put your money where your fucking mouth is and go out when Hi-Fi Rush 2 comes out. That game better sell fucking 5 million units within the first week. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Everyone bitched and bitched and bitched and moaned about Microsoft closing the studio. Why would you do that? This game was good. That doesn't mean shit. How many times have we seen something that was good and it just did not sell well? And unfortunately, like Devin says, you say it like almost every week, I think. The bottom line, right?
Mm-hmm.
The bottom line. It's always going to come down to the bottom line. And Hi-Fi Rush was not a hit, money-wise. And as I said, Evil Within, like as much as it sold, it didn't sell well. It just sold more than the other games. But Evil Within 2 sold less than Evil Within 1, and Ghostwire Tokyo sold less than the Evil Within games. I think Hi-Fi Rush might have sold more than Evil Within 2, but it still wasn't a lot. So yeah, now with how everyone was fucking bitching and moaning and saying like, oh, Microsoft is stupid for closing them. They had a hit on their hands. When Hi-Fi Rush 2 comes out, they need to everyone needs to go out and buy that game. Because if it comes out, like, Hi-Fi Rush 2 comes out and all the sales figures come out and that's like, oh yeah, it didn't really sell well. Then, yeah, like everyone needs to shut the fuck up. Because that's all it is. I don't know. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. It's basically all there is to say about it.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe because they obviously Crafton said they want to expand the franchise. They want to expand the IP. And I mean, like that game's pretty much like what do you call it in and of itself? Like the way it looks and the way the cutscenes, like it's almost like an anime. Maybe they want to make a show too. Like I said, the way it was worded was like they want to do more with it. Maybe they just want to make games. Whatever, I don't know. But yeah, like you're saying, Devin, and like I'm saying, this game better everyone better put their money where their mouth is. This game better sell well, or else you just make Microsoft look right. It's like, yeah, okay, it still wasn't a fucking big hit. We need to make money. They're not making us money.
Mm-hmm.
It's the cold hard truth. Like that's the problem. Like I know it's not what people want to hear. It's an ugly thing to fucking say or hear or whatever. It's an ugly truth. But if you're not, if you're not making that company money, there's no reason for that company to keep you around. They're not charities. They're businesses. And they're going to do what businesses or what's best for business. And like I said, I'm happy that Tango Gameworks gets to stay alive, gets to stay around. And I'm happy that they're going to be able to keep making Hi-Fi Rush. And that seems like because Krafton's also like getting the rights to Hi-Fi Rush, it seems like maybe Tango Gameworks wants to keep making Hi-Fi Rush. Maybe they push for like, hey, yeah, we really want to keep making more Hi-Fi Rush games and everything. So yeah, I'm happy for them, but them almost being gone happened for a reason. So I don't know. I don't know. You guys got any more on the situation?
No.
JJ, you got anything? Nothing?
I think he went to bed.
No, I'm good.
All right. Okay. I think that's it then. Yeah, we don't have anything else to talk about. That's a good one to end on. Like I said, I think this is a good one to end on though, like because it's a happy story. We don't get a lot of those recently when it comes to the video games. There's been a lot of closures and a lot of layoffs recently, so it's good that we do have something where it's like, oh no, this studio's gonna stick around. or they're saved, or whatever you want to say. But yeah. Okay. Well, that's gonna do it for this week on Gaming Chamber. I've been 2 weeks to kill you. That was Devin.
Thanks for gripping and ripping it with me, boys.
Oh my God. That was JJ.
Peace out. Keeping ripping, gripping, and ripping it.
Oh God. I just don't know. Okay. Until next time, we'll catch you later.